What's up, everybody? It's another day NBA. It's just Colt with you today. Everybody else is busy. I'm sporting, though. You can't see while I'm sitting down. The official Dream Team shirt with the original Kamea Khan volunteer for both years and signed by Mr. Ian Sinclair himself. Weiss. Man, he put his mark on me so fast, dude. I was watching Chris Sabbath's line, and all of a sudden I look down, my shirt was signed, and I look over, and he's smiling next door. He's like, so fast, dude. He's an angel. No, but in real life, though, he really is an angel. To little kids, I seen him being so sweet, getting down there and doing voices for them for free, not charging for pictures. Like, there's certain voice actors that are very generous with their signatures and with their I don't know, with their antics. They pay to do voice overs and voice recordings and stuff like that on your phone. But more and more, some are more generous than others. And what I can say about Ian Sinclair is he's very generous. Chris Sabat is such a nice guy. I mean, it was a good thing and a bad thing because, we had such a long line and there were so many people, and he couldn't resist just talking to everybody. But that's what you get when you got nice people. They want to talk to you for a minute, especially when you got people coming up to you. They're telling you, "Oh my God, dude, it's like meeting my lifetime hero." And yeah, I'm sure it never gets old for them. That's what I plan on doing for the rest of my life is, if not working conventions, running them, and I don't know, maybe doing stand-up one day. I had a couple bits written out, but they're not quite ready yet. I told my buddy one of them, and they started laughing. They thought I was kidding until I told them, no, this is something that really happened to me, like in prison. Like, this is real shit. I'm not joking. But I could turn it into a bit. It's so funny. 0 viewers still. Man, come on. We get somebody's interested. Anybody interested? Can we get any topics? Let's get some topics. I'm watching the screen. Well, I can't do much. I'll sit here and chit chat about everything that's going on right now. I've been watching. Oh, sorry. This is. Sorry. All the shit that's going on right now with Israel and Palestine and the chaos that's going on over there, I know is not good, and I think we stress about it, and we should stress about it because it's not right. But at the same time, what really can you do about it? It's like what I don't know. I don't like really getting into it because I am actually part Lebanese. I'm a quarter, if not more. I haven't done the DNA test, but my mom came back 60 something percent, 60%. 60%, I think. She did that 23andMe. She came back Irish, Greek, Italian, and then 60% Middle Eastern, and which broke down into the Greek and other things. But the Middle Eastern part is the Lebanese. My grandma was full blood, and my grandpa we thought was full blood French. He was a World War II hand-to-hand combat paratrooper. Basically, he jumped out of planes and fought motherfuckers with his hands to the death. In that war, I believe the chances of you coming back were about, I want to say about 2 in 8, or 2 out of 10. You had a 2 out of 10 chance of coming back. And he came back. He survived the war. He never smoked a cigarette a day in his life, and he died of lung cancer. My grandma Cindy, though, that he was married to, smoked cigarettes her whole life, never got lung cancer. So it's like, I don't know. Anyways, that's kind of my heritage, where I came from. But what do I do? What do I like? Dragon Ball. If you can't tell, I'm a huge nerd. I'm a walking encyclopedia. I've been watching it since freaking the 90s. I mean, dude, I was 6 years old when they started playing it here in the U.S., I believe. And as soon as I was capable of understanding what was going on, I was watching every episode and have been ever since. And I'm dying for the new episodes of Super to come out, and really wish they would hurry up and get that going. I know it's coming soon. I'm just impatient. What do y'all think is going to happen in the new episode of Super? What do you think is going to be the next arc besides Moro? Who do you think is going to kill Moro? You know, I want to know. Comment down below. I think it's really, really, really cool that Boo is actually fighting again, because Boo has so many hacks that he can either wear you out, or he can either turn you to candy, or he can just flat out absorb you, or he can, like I said, he can just regenerate. You literally have to have a spirit bomb like or Hakai like attack to take out Boo. Boo is highly underestimated in my eyes. When he trained for 4 hours, he got skinny and buff as fuck, and then beats base Goku in about, like, dude, Boo is not to be fucked with. And I'm glad that he's getting some screen time. I hope my boy Chris Rager gets some more voice acting time. And, you know, his buddy that plays Majin Buu, dude, they're the best, man. They're like their little duo. They're always around. Chris Martin and Chris Rager and Josh Martin. They hang out together just like Boo and Mr. Satan at every convention you go to. So it's pretty cool. So you go to see Majin Buu, Mr. Satan sitting right next to him, if you know what I'm talking about, the show and all. But yeah, that's what I've been doing recently. Before the conventions and everything, and before all that, though, I did have a long period of my life where I was not doing good, and it took me a long time to get to where I'm at today. And it took me a lot of hard nights, a lot of sleepless nights, a lot of throwing up, a lot of just being sick, man, to get to where I'm at today, dude. To get to where I can talk to y'all and know I'm in my right mind, and it feels good. It's been years now since I've used heroin, which is quite an accomplishment for someone who was using opiates for a while, just like the rest of the U.S. Man, it's an epidemic here in Tulsa. It's an epidemic right now. You can go anywhere in Tulsa, any street corner, and you can get heroin from somebody. It's out there, and it's getting laced with fentanyl, and people are dying. People are overdosing. They're handing out Narcan kits, trying to keep it from happening. But sometimes you just can't stop people. If they don't want to stop, they're not going to stop. That's one thing I learned the hard way. You have to hit your rock bottom. You really do. You have to hit your rock bottom, and you have to build your way up. You have to build a solid foundation from that rock bottom, and you have to build that bitch up, and you got to build it up strong. Otherwise, you're going to end up right back down, because what happens if you don't build something strong? It breaks. So you got to build up that foundation, and you got to say, look, I'm never touching this shit again. You gotta set your mind to it. It's a mind over matter. A lot of it comes down to willpower. This shit gets into your bones, man, but you gotta get off. I mean, it's bad, but you just gotta get off of it. If you're listening now, there's still hope. This is from someone who's been through it. There's still hope. You'll be all right, man. Just keep on pushing and do what you think is right. Do what you know in your heart is right, and you will probably get better. There's a lot of good rehabs here in Tulsa. There's a lot of bad rehabs here in Tulsa. Make sure you pick the right one. I mean, we can talk about that. I worked at one for 2 years. It was a good place. I loved it. I loved my job. I loved what I did. I fixed stuff. I fixed air conditioners, fixed drywall, paint, doors, hung doors, all that good shit. Plumbing, electrical, like I said, air conditioner units. I did everything, man. I love that place. I love that job, and I'll always love that place. it was a great job, and I wish I still had it. I got laid off for no reason, and because of that, I got compensated for it because you lay somebody off without a reason and you can't prove it. You know, I'm not some chump. I worked there for 2 years. I worked my ass off to get that job. So, anyways, man, I still can't believe 0 people are watching right now. Come on. The views will come, Colt. If you know that they will come, right? I was just listening to the Joe Rogan Theo Vaughn podcast where he was explaining infinity to him, and I've heard him explain it a few times before. The concept of infinity, that we just really don't understand how big infinity is, and I've tried to explain it to my friends before, kind of like Joe did. I was like, listen, infinity means not only is the universe always and ever expanding, but also that everything that has happened before and will continue to happen, to where an infinity amount of times this same scenario has taken place, from you clicking on this video to me sitting here making this video, has happened infinity times, will continue to happen over and over again. That's the concept of infinity, as best as my stupid little brain can conceive it. And I watch enough videos to understand kind of what that means. And I mean, the possibility of that, we don't know. I mean, there's definitely a possibility that could happen, but we don't know for sure. We really don't know. I mean, we know just about everything produces DMT. We know we have a pineal gland, which is basically a third eye. I mean, we know everything around us almost produces DMT. So what does that mean? Are we connected with everything around us? We just can't see it. But DMT lets you see it. I have yet to try it. Tulsa Float has been sending me a bunch of freaking ads on float tanks because I've said something about them. I believe they probably are very good for your well-being and health, and probably do help with life breakthroughs and, you know, life-changing events. And I would love to go experience that either on edibles or on, you know, DMT in a lab somewhere. That would be amazing, but hopefully one day it'll happen. We'll see though, man. This world, I'm convinced we're living in a simulation. Donald Trump's our president. I mean, literally, the shit from The Simpsons, if you watch that, will get your mind fucked up enough. The Simpsons time traveling, but with Matt Groening, that'll get you mind. If you go down that rabbit hole, I mean, I seriously, I don't know what this is. To me, it's so absurd. The world's gotten so absurd. It seems like we're living in La La Land. Like we are literally living in a fantasy world that's just made up, and we can just create whatever we want. Whatever we say is just fact. That science means nothing anymore. That basically everything I learned in school doesn't. It's so stupid. I can't even explain it. When you have to argue with people about giving hormones to little kids, and you have to have reasons why, and you can't just have the common sense to know that's wrong, then I have to actually sit here and explain it. Someone has to actually sit here and explain why it's wrong, and you don't have the common sense. You shouldn't even be reproducing. I'm sorry. Giving hormones to little kids is a hill I'll die on. You don't do that, right? Okay, you don't do that. I don't know what the right age is. I don't think anybody does right now. I think what we're experiencing is completely new, and it's gonna. We don't know what's gonna happen, but it's completely new. We have no idea. These hormones are irreversible. We know one thing, that they're irreversible. We know that a lot of people that transition wish they could have reverted. So those two facts alone should at least put an age limit on it, in my opinion. 18 at the minimum, but I agree with Joe at 25. I'm pushing 30, and I didn't even know what I was until I was probably 28. I I've been through a lot. I've seen a lot and figured out now my path and my direction where I'm going. So yeah, I kind of agree with 25, but like I said, I don't think anybody really knows. That's just my opinion. Take it for what it is. Like I said, don't give hormones to little kids, man. Let them decide. It's okay, that's great. That's great. You want to wear a dress, great. You want to pretend, great. But come on now, don't do that. That's just not cool. Don't do that. Just don't do that. God, that's gonna have to be one of our bits. Don't do that. Where we lay out obvious rules that you should not do, like say rape a woman. Don't do that. That would be in the don't do that category, which once again, like many people have said before me, if you have to tell your little kid, hey, you don't need to rape, you're not raising your little kid right. You're supposed to raise your kids with the same values you would want. I don't know. Treat other people how you want to be treated. I do believe in that. I was raised Catholic from kindergarten to 8th grade, church every Friday. I was baptized. I believe in a higher power. I believe in some sort of higher power. Do I believe in God? Do I believe in the whole Bible? There's certain parts that maybe this happened, this could have happened, but maybe they're interpreting it wrong. There's certain parts I kind of could believe in. Do I believe Jesus Christ was a person? I do. I believe he existed. I believe all of that. And I believe there is a higher power, but I do not know for sure that that is the higher power because I can't be sure until I've seen it with my own eyes. I would love to know. I would love to know what lies on the other side. I'm sure that there's something that we go through after this. The pineal gland, I think, is the way out of our human body into our next form, whichever that is. That's kind of what I think on that. It's kind of trippy. It's hard to think about. It's tough to think about. No one wants to think about it because everybody's going to die one day. And, what happens? Of course, everybody wants to know. But there's really not someone who can tell you. So you just kind of got to do what works best for you, in my advice. I mean, that's what I've done. I've done a lot of things I regret. I've done a lot of things that I shouldn't have done. If I could go back and take back, I would. But they made me who I am today. So without all those things happening to me, I wouldn't be the person I am today. So in a way, I'm grateful. In a way, I'm spiteful. And that is something I need to work on, that's for sure. But I guess since we ain't got no viewers this time, we're just going to call this one Chit Chat with Cole. Get to know the host of the show a little bit. Like I said, we're going to be talking about Tulsa. Tulsa's not doing good right now. I'm been getting you some videos from downtown, and you'll see what I mean. When I drive downtown, and you see all the beggars, and you see all the homeless people, and you see all the junkies on the corners, it's sad. It's really sad. And something's got to be done. Someone's got to be heard. No one's saying anything about it. I'm trying my best to get it out there. So I appreciate it, guys. Like and subscribe. Comment below. I promise I'll talk about your comment. I'll read every one. It means a lot to me. Please like, subscribe, share. I appreciate it, guys. Thank you.